Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. And what did I get? 7 comics this week, but only 3 of them are new. 4 of them are dollar reprints. And 2 I wasn't able to get because they came in damaged and they had to report them damaged and then they have to get me new ones. What came in damaged? Psychodrama Illustrated, whatever the latest issue of that is. That's the Gilbert Hernandez solo book. And a new first issue Armored that Clover Press is putting out. That one didn't make it intact to my comic book shop, so I'm going to have to wait for those. So I pulled some of those dollar first issues reprints from Image. I also got in the mail from eBay a couple of back issues I'll show you. But let's start out, as always, with my top of the printer museum books for the month. We got a Marvel 2-in-1, issue number 55, and Supernatural Origins, issue number 4. First, I thought this was a Tula Lute cover, but that's a Dustin Nguyen cover. I like that one. This is a tie-in to the TV show Supernatural. I think that's the father of the 2 guys on the TV show. And this one is Keith Pollard and Joe Sinnott. I had to look up the Keith Pollard part because here it says P and S. And I'm like, and Perez did a lot of covers during this time. But I'm like, I don't think that's George Perez, even with Joe Sinnott's inks over him. So I looked it up and sure enough, it's Pollard. So these 2 are on my top of my printer all week for me to look at. Just checking my gain. I forgot to check at the beginning. I'm a little sleepy right now. A little punchy. And I picked these 2 up. Submariner 44 and 45. I like this. The comics themselves aren't that very good, but I like the covers from this era. I like the Marvel 10th anniversary covers in a box. I particularly like them on Submariner. I have maybe half of them I've had for ages, probably since I was a kid. Because Gil Kane, I think, did a lot of them. That's why I like. These are Gil Kane and Frank Giacoia. I think Espo is credited on one. Mike Esposito is credited on one of them, too, along with Giacoia. I think they work together a lot. But I just think there's some terrific covers from this era. And I always meant to collect, each of these, I think they cost me all in with shipping and tax, 10 to 12. I think one cost me 10, one cost me 12. I can't remember. But and they're in solid shape. I'd say they're 6.5, 7s just by looking at the covers, which is fine with me. And I want to get them all. I want to get the ones I'm missing. Like I said, I have, let's say there were 12 of them because I think it went all year in this box. I probably have 7 or 8 of them now. But I want to get, like I said, I just love this era of Submariner covers, so I want to get them all eventually. All right, let's see what I get at the comic shop. It looks like The Six Fingers number 4 is out this week. This is the one that there's a companion book for. This one tells the story from the point of view of the serial killer who may just be possessed by something, that's what it seems like. And the other one is from the point of view of the detective trying to hunt him down. And I'm not buying the other one. This one is by the writer Dan Waters, the artist Sumit Kumar, Lee Lowridge on colors, Aditya Bidikar on letterer, Rich Fowles, the production artist. Oh yeah, I want to shout out the production artist. But I've been enjoying this one. I think it's a mini, maybe going 6 issues, I would guess. But it's been fun. And then we've got from the artist of 100 Bullets, Eduardo Risso, Torpedo, 1972. Who's the writer on it? Enrique Sanchez Abuli. And this was one, I picked up the first issue because I like Eduardo Risso's art. But I wasn't sure if I liked the comic. And I don't think I put the second issue on my pull. I didn't pre-order it. but they had a shelf copy that I bought, and I was like, all right, I'll put it on my pull list. I think I put it on my pull list now. I think this is also a mini. It's not a Blaze. I don't think a Blaze does continued series. So I'm looking, let's see if there's a to be continued at the back. To be continued. So it's more than 3 issues. I don't know how many it's going to be. But I've enjoyed it. Torpedo's an old European character. I forget. I remember Alex Toth did some issues of it way back when, but it was too violent for him. So this is when he's old in 1972, the character Torpedo. He's like a mob hitman, so it's a pretty adult story. Then we've got World Tree issue number 10. There he is with those glitched out characters. This is the cyberpunk type story. Lots of glitched out characters. That means they're from the cyberpunk world that lives underneath the internet. But it's been fun. It's been a good... Oh, there they are, not in the cyberpunk world. Well, I think those are the creatures from the cyberpunk world that are trying to... I forget what they call it, that lives underneath the internet. They discovered it. This is one I jumped on late. Actually, I didn't jump on it late as much as... I think I bought the first 4 issues all at once because they kept coming out with new printings of it, and people kept recommending it to me on YouTube. So I think I got like the first 4 issues, various printings of at the same time, and enjoy it. And then here is the Image Firsts. They've been coming out with these dollar ones this week. Hack Slash #1. Never read it, so I'll give it a read. Then we've got Ice Cream Man #1. I didn't jump on this until like issue 15. But I read this in trade, I think, from the library. So it's nice to have a reprint of it. Then they've got Stray Dogs #1, which this was only like a 6-issue mini from Boom. I thought it was from Boom. Why is it coming out from Image? I don't know. But once again, I read this one, I think from the library again, digitally, and enjoyed the series. So I pick up the first issue, and I don't even know what this one is. Neo Noir, The World of Brubaker and Phillips. Is this just like a sample of their stuff? Yeah, it's just like a catalog. I just look forward to looking. I love Brubaker and Phillips stuff, so I look forward to looking through it. So it's like a catalog and samples from each story. That's kind of cool. They had Criminal #1 to go along with this too, but I have all the Criminal stuff already. Oh, now here's something special I got this week. Back on March 18th, I ordered a piece of art from Love Everlasting's Elsa Charretier. Love this. I was just like, oh, I wonder how much her... One night I was just like, oh, I wonder how much her original art was. And... she's got a website where she sells her original art. And I ended up buying some pencil drawings. What I think she does, I think her method is she draws in pencil sort of in her sketchbook on the page. And then I think she composites it digitally and prints it out and inks it. You could buy the finished inked pages too. But I bought one of the prelim pencil pages. Oh, it's behind mine. Here we go. I mounted it on an 11x17 piece of paper, and then I slit this into Mylar. But I love dancing figures in general. I don't have to look up what issue this came from. It was like issue 6 or 7. Just trying to get out of the way of the light. It's like issue 6 or 7. And I just, if I figured if I'm going to buy something, I'm going to buy the dancing figures. So that's what I ended up getting. Cost $150, shipping included, and turns out she lives in France. I thought she was French-Canadian. I think someone told me that. I don't know why I think she's French-Canadian and not French, or because her whole website's in English. She communicated with me in English. But this thing came all the way from France. It cost 32 euros to get this here. That's the price on the package. So I was like, oh, I guess she's French. But really she also, things got messed up. She didn't send it to me. She was like, oh, I'm sorry you had to wait so long. So she sent me her book of art too. I'll have to do taking a look at this too. Really nice stuff. It's got a lot of her commissions in it. There's just a piece of her art. Here's commission stuff she's done. I think she's also done work for Marvel and DC in general. I never noticed her until Love Everlasting. But really like her stuff. You know, bought a piece of her art. There's some rough sketches in the finished page. She's kind of in the Bruce Timm animation camp. But cool. So I'm glad it finally came. Like, I ordered it on March 18th, so it took a while. And it took a while. It was like 2 weeks before I emailed her and said, you know, this is still pending. And then it took a month to cross the ocean. So, here's a little bit of my artwork. Got some Dreams of Things, 233. And I notice I've been doing a lot of double heads in the last 4 months or so. There's some I've already done. There's some in the pipeline, but I'm like, double heads seems to be some. I notice in looking back, these themes develop in these Dreams of Things covers, and I think we're coming up on a theme of double head. I like the colors in this one. Those magentas and violets, I think, worked out well with those oranges. Is that a hat on him? Is that a structure? Very dreamlike. I like the way this one. It's funny. I haven't seen this one. And when did I do it? 4/25/24. And you know, just went in my pile back here, and other things got piled in front of it. So I was looking for it tonight to show you guys. I was like, oh, I don't even remember doing that one. And it's only been a month. Sometimes I get so busy with I'm always thinking about the one I'm doing that I immediately forget the one I've done. So sometimes it's a surprise to me when I look at it and go, oh yeah, I did that one. That was pretty cool. I remember doing this effect on the eyes. That's what I remember about this one most. Now that I look at it, the red, like that blue effect on the eyes, I think came out nice. That's what I remember about it. But you'll see lots of double faces coming up. All right, showed you some artwork, mine and Elsa's. Showed you some comic books, and have a good week out there.